Hey y'all, I'm Nate. Welcome to Nate Games. Now, I haven't made a video in a minute. That's my fault. I've been playing Fallout 4 and have been doing my YouTube diligence. But that changes today. I got a Kickstarter in, and it's always easy to do a video when you get a Kickstarter in. So today, we're looking at Gooey Cube, which I don't know if you noticed that I like the Gooey Cube. All of that is Gooey Cube to right here. That's Plangea, but all of this is Gooey Cube, all the way over. So today we're looking at Blood for the Con, and that's a mysterious and dark tale set in the Mournwood Forest for levels 2 to 5, and this is the collector's edition. And of course I got, where's it at? Alphinius and Donnie and Andrea to sign it. You know, Donnie and Andrea do Genghis Khan. And then we got the Mournwood, which is a regional campaign setting set in the world of Zyathe, collector's edition. Also got, on top of those in the box, I had this signed print. So that kind of shows you what the world of Zyathe is in a nutshell. Pretty cool. And then we also have the Mournwood Treasure Trails, a set of treasure maps to accompany your adventures in the Mournwood Forest. So we'll be taking a look at that too. But we also had this mysterious envelope. So we're gonna open that up and see what it says. Come on, you can do it. Ooh. I got some stickers. Make sure I didn't drop them. All right. So a note from Alphinius Goo. It says, "Cheers and greetings. As the magical quills scribble away at Gooey Cube, I, Alphinius Goo, am simply bubbling with delight to extend you the most heartfelt thanks for your support of Blood for the Con. Your patience and enthusiasm have been wind beneath our wings, and for that I am truly grateful. As a token of our appreciation for your support, enclosed with this letter is your secret gift. 2 whimsical stickers, one featuring yours truly as the mischievous Goat Alphinius, expertly captured by the illustrious Chet Mitten, and so that would be that one. Good old Chet, got his work going on there. And the other, the beloved escargot, a magical snail whose race for mayoral glory in Darkenhaven has become the stuff of legend. Though between us, I still think I have the edge." That's an inside joke if you're not a fan of Gooey Cube. "May your adventures ever be sticky and your tales ever tall. And remember, the tale of Blood for the Con is still in the telling, with your spirit woven into its very essence. With eternal gratitude for myself and the entire Goo crew. Cheers. Alphinius Goo, Master of Ooze, creator of sticky spells, and occasional mayoral candidate. Alphinius Goo." So that's pretty cool. And then, of course, the snail in question here. There we go. So we got some stickers, some snail stickers, and I got myself a Chet Mitten sticker. So that's pretty cool. Set that aside, and set that aside with our print. And we'll take a look at the Mournwood. Luckily, the shrink wrap is a little bit torn, so it's easy to tear open. So if you don't know about Gooey Cube products, let me introduce you. So this looked, when I had it in the shrink wrap, it looked like one big book, unless you noticed that. So this is a cover. All right, there's a cover. And then you've got a map of the Mournwood. Pretty cool map. Pretty cool map, if you ask me. So then we have the Mournwood, the first spiral bound. They do spiral bound so that it can lay flat, no matter where you're at and what's going on. And then you can double it over, because this is the Setting Lore Book and Campaign Guide Collector's Edition. This is the GM Reference Book Collector's Edition. So, for instance, we'll go to the first encounter, not some random encounter table, GUI editions. Come on, where are we at here? the North Dark. I don't know, maybe those are still random. Let me come back here. Sorry, this is kind of boring. There's a cool picture. But it works. I'll show you just for an example. This is not correct. But for instance, let me find so for instance, you could have something like the Witch's Haunt, and it'll tell you all about the Witch's Haunt and what's going on and what you say is, you know, emboldened and whatnot. But that lays flat like this. So now these aren't the stats for the Witch's Haunt, obviously, but you could have the stats for the Witch's Haunt, the monster characteristics and everything, like just like a monster card, sit side by side so that you have your two books sit side by side, flat on the table. So if you ask me, that's pretty ingenious. So that's the Mournwood. Flip through that a little more. Let me get back to the cover. So like I said, that's pretty cool. On the back, just flip through here for some quick art. Like, that's pretty cool. Let's see, what does that say? An overview of the Mournwood. So, very cool campaign setting, chock full of art, great quality paper and printing. Just an all-around good product like Gooey Cube always does. Yeah, so map locations in the Underdark bows. So that's pretty cool. Oh, look at that. Here we go. Yeah, so it's the kind of stuff you get with the Mournwood. And then poster maps. So that the map here is 2 poster maps. I'm not gonna pull those out, but here's another poster map of the, oh, so it's 3 maps. Holy crap, it's 3 maps. Fringe map 2, the Mournwood Forest, and Fringe map 1. That's insane, the quality of these maps. That's a really, really good map. Look at this. Yeah, that's pretty tough. And then you have adventure handouts. The old tool. So once again, you have a cover page, but then it's just chock full of location drawings. This is all locations. I can't even get them all straight. Come on now. There we go. Being on-rated. Locations. Just drawings, paintings of locations in the Mournwood. If that's not cool, then this will certainly get you. Magic item cards. Gooey Cube cards. Kind of like it's a Gooey Rewards card. For instance, this one says, One with the Forest. Single use, may be played at any time. Until you complete a long rest, you gain advantage on intelligence, nature, wisdom, animal handling, and wisdom survival checks. That's a Mournwood specific card. The Phoenix Emberblade. Oh, wrong picture. The Phoenix Emberblade. So you just have all these different magic items and, you know, what they do, their stats on the back. These are really popular with my players. These magic item cards, these Gooey reward cards especially, they love. I love it when I hand those out. It's kind of like a get out of jail free card sometimes. Then we have character portraits for the Mournwood. So if you're not familiar with the Gooey Cube thing, is that you can pay them a certain amount of money, I forget exactly how much it is, and get your portrait drawn and be a character in the world of Zayathe. So these are all people probably paid to have a character portrait done and be in the world. So if you see anybody that looks familiar, that's why. So I just thought I'd show you those. They're pretty cool. It's the character portraits. And the rewards and the setting campaign guide cover. We'll do the Mournwood Treasure Trails maps here real quick. So we got that going on. We open it up. Once again, this is the cover piece. So this shows West Verdestia. It's one of the main continents that you would adventure in Zayathe. Look how cool that map is. I'm a map guy, so that gives me goosebumps. So it gives you how to use your treasure maps. And then, you know, it looks like four or five maps, you know, that actually look like scrolled, weathered maps. I think that's pretty cool. All right, so that's the Mournwood Treasure Trails and the Mournwood. Now we have Blood for the Con. So, a mysterious and dark tale set in the Mournwood forest. So it gives you the whole campaign setting with the Mournwood, and then it gives you this adventure. And once again, this is the cover page. And here we have the Eastern Shore GM's map. So all the little details that a GM needs to know about each location from the start. So then once again, you have the same thing, the Blood for the Con, you know, the tale and the lore, and then the monster stats. And they work hand in hand. And this one, just to show that cover again up close. Let's see here. Chapter 1, Peculiar Brews. I've actually played in this adventure at Genghis Khan in Denver. That was pretty cool. Just the start of it, really. So, okay, so here's what I was talking about with the character portraits. I mentioned Donnie and Andrea earlier, who own Genghis Khan in Colorado. Gooey Cube is based in Colorado Springs, and Donnie and Andrea are, of course, in Denver area, suburb, let's say. So, you know, they didn't pay because of the way they have a deal worked out with Alphinius. But here's a character portrait of Andrea and a character portrait of Donnie. And if you know those folks, you know those look exactly like them, like exactly. So I highly encourage everyone to do a character portrait with Gooey Cube. I will be doing mine. I haven't done it yet, but it's coming. Let's see here. Let's try to find some more art to show you. So not as much art in this one. You know, this relies on its adventure handouts for the art, I'm sure. But so here's a couple. This is what does that say? A flock of school rooks. And this is Spider Dell spiders. So, you know, there's just kind of stuff going on. And let's see. We got chapter 2, the Blood Crystal. I don't think I've played that, so I'll need to read that pretty thoroughly. But you know, and that's the second part of the chapter. It's only a few pages long, and there's the final picture of the adventure. Hope that doesn't give away too many spoilers. But yep, so that's the Blood for the Con, you know, adventure. Then we'll pull out the adventure handouts. It'll be similar to the Mournwood handouts. It'll probably have some character portraits and some Gooey rewards, and we'll see. So once again, cover page. Then we have the player's map of what I showed you before, and a handout. That's a pretty cool handout. And once again, some more handouts, maps, place location. Let's turn these. All right, so here we have just, not necessarily place locations, but encounters maybe, you know. There we go. Showed you that before, the school rooks. And the spiders. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, that's scary. I'm not showing all of them because I don't want to give away everything, but I'll show a bunch. Look at that. Look how cool that is. I remember seeing that before in the Facebook page. So there's those. Then you've got some maps. Let's see, this one is, you know, a folder map, a folded map, folder map. Then you just got, you know, maps of the locations. So that's pretty cool. Then we have working on our character portraits here. I'll show you these. There's the full Andrea portrait and the full Donnie portrait. And the other portraits from the adventure. There's those. Then we have their magic item cards. And your Gooey rewards. And that, my friends, is the blood for the con, and how Gooey games work, and how what they give you. And you know, keep in mind that this stuff, it wasn't what was originally promised. Like originally we were promised, like, I don't know, some handouts, a character portrait, a magic item, you know, Gooey rewards. They always do the Gooey rewards. But there was just so much that gets added every time they do a Kickstarter. Every single time. So we support them around here. So like I said, Blood for the Con and the Mournwood, Gooey Cube, check it out.